And we are live. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Come on in. Come on in. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. 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 Come on in. Let me know where you're coming from as you do. Let me know if you've been riding with us for 70 weeks. That's a whole lot of time. Let me know if you've been riding with us for 70 weeks. Good morning. Good morning. Come on in. Drop me a comment. Welcome to week 70 of the virtual AP Leadership Academy. Let me see who we got here. Janine Wilkins is first up from Alaska. It's early in the morning. Principal Tammy T, Demetrius Scott, Katrina Washington, Principal Jackson Shavana, Principal Roz Gaskins, Dr. Roz Gaskins, Lakeisha Mobley, Mabry, I should say. My man, Principal Ronnie Harvey is in the building. Rodney Williams is in the building. Tammy Goodson is in the building. Doc Mew, Jay Akua, Superintendent Finch. Who else we got here? 210 Roots. Man, come on in. Merla Jones, Shalette Kelly Ferrari, Michael Benton, Rodney Williams, Jack Yay C, I think that is, Aisha Santos. They're all in the building. We got Faithful Howard. Unlock the Middle is in the building. I said Jay Akua out there in Chi-Town. I was there last week. Ramos Elizabeth, the teacher is Latoya Richardson McGee is in the building. Let's keep it moving. Champagne. Oh man, why did I say Champagne? Champion Principal out there in Tuscaloosa is in the building. Dr. Sheikah Houston is in the building. Just finished watching her, and now she's here. Denise Lewis is in the building. Sagner Maggie is in the building. Here to support Principal Tovar, she said. Coach Central's in the building. Angel McHale is in the building. I might have butchered that up. Shannon Adams is in the building out there coming from Virginia. Reggie Austin's in the building. And Amin Ra is in the building. I'm gonna be out there and I'm gonna be out there near you on Monday. Amin Ra. I'll be what's the name? Wiseburn. I'll be there on Monday. Jocelyn Nelson's in the building. Rashard Davis is in the building. Franchette Beckford's in the building. Marsha building. Jessica Coleman, Marcus Scott, my man, the fourth is in the building. My man, Michael Moore is in the building. Come on in. Sienna Michelle is in the building. Edwin Vincent, Verlin John. I hope I said that right. Might be Verlin John. Darnell McElving is in the building. My man, Principal Otis Kitchen the second is in the building. Josie Santora, Sarah B, Stacy Joseph, Aisha Santos. They're all in the building. Tiffany Curry, my wife, Kimberly Broughton, Kafele is in the building. Where else we got? Dietrich McGriff, Rashida Salim, Mrs. Yolanda McKinney is in the building. I'm going to tell you about her in a little while. Jennifer Griffin's in the building. Abe Mobley is in the building. Albert Buckles. Who else we got here? Stephanie Prince is in the building. Lily Lanier, hey, hit that share button, people. Let them know we're here. This is one of the milestone broadcasts. This is number 70. We got a guest today. We got Principal Josh Tovar waiting in the wings. So we're gonna talk about some stuff today, real relevant stuff. So hit that share button, hit that retweet button. Let them know. We got Principal James Presley in the building. Stephanie Riskin Watson. My man Clayton Muhammad is in the building. You know, I was out there somewhere near you. I was in Chicagoland last week, right? I was in West Harvey though, right? I know you in Aurora. Where we got here? We got Josh as a guest, but he's still chatting, right? We got Yvette Harris. We got Abby Dixon's in the building. Erica Jammer, Dr. Alicia Babin, Jamal Wilkes. Oh, I think I know who Jamal Wilkes. That one caught me off guard, Jamal Wilkes. That's an insider, y'all. J.D. Paul's in the building. Cynthia Farmer's in the building. Jamal Wilkes, I was getting ready to blow your cover, man. We got Donna Sherrod Gant in the building. Cheryl Andrew, Shalette Kelly Ferrari, Tony McClenny, Jorge Sanchez, Will Turner, man. We got folks in the building. I want to see, where's the one that's been rocking for 70 weeks? You know, just think 30 weeks from now, I'm going to be saying, where's the one that's been rocking for 100 weeks? They're going to be like, oh, that's a lot of weeks now. But I mean, I bet with you for 80. That's good, right? So come on. It's 11 o'clock. And you know, I get started at 11. I'm in a hotel, y'all. I don't know how I'm gonna do this greeting. Let me see. You know, let me go with what I feel. I hope the people are up. I don't know if I should be loud and disrespectful. Let me just go with the spirit. So it's 11 o'clock. And formally, let me say good morning. Yeah, I brought that down a little bit, right? Greetings. Welcome to week 70. Let me say that again. Week 70 of the virtual AP Leadership Academy. And I don't know about you. I don't know. I think I know though, because you checked in this morning. But if I could speak for me, let me see how I'm gonna do this. I'm in a hotel, y'all, but it's 11 o'clock Eastern. I'm on fire. I brought it down a tad, right? Just a little. Listen, y'all. I say it all the time. I'm bringing this fire because I have to, right? But I don't know that you heard me. I don't know if I woke anybody up, but let me just reinforce it once again. I'm on fire. Woo! We brought it down, right? We brought it down. The new people in here, you don't know what I'm talking about, but the veterans, they know. I had to bring it down a little bit, right? So look here, y'all. Let's talk about a few things. My morning message real quickly. You know, it's interesting. Last week when I was reading the comments, because I read them all, and someone mentioned something, I don't remember who it was, but they mentioned something about protecting your staff's mental health. And that resonated with me. And I said, I'm going to use that this week. So real quick, my motivational message: you're the leader. You're the aspiring leader. You're the assistant principal, whatever your capacity. You've got real life human beings on your staff. You've got real life human beings who are dealing with their own challenges, which include survival during a global pandemic with a variant that is wreaking havoc. You see, we think about the teachers, the students all the time in terms of them and their protection. But I want to talk about the staff real quick. You got to make sure that you are positioning yourselves with each staff member so that they can feel optimally comfortable in your school space. See, we talk about you and your own mental health, but once staff is in the building, you've got some degree of responsibility for their mental health during the hours that they are in the building. So I just want you to be conscious of your staff and their own mental health in this environment that we're living in, that none of us on this planet have ever experienced in life, right? So be a deliberate, purposeful, intentional protector of the mental health of your staff. Crucial, right? Let's keep moving. My quick announcements for you, because I'm excited about our guest today, as I always am. So let me number one, congratulations to all the folks out here landing these leadership positions, man. It's so many of them. One of our regulars who's on here now, I told her I was going to make this announcement. She hit me with a follow-up email, and I didn't read it because I was on live, and I hope it didn't say, please don't say anything, because I'm getting ready to put you on blast, Mrs. McKinney. Mrs. Yolanda McKinney just got her administrative position. I'm not going to give it a label because she didn't, but she got this administrative position, and she's been rocking with us since day one back in May 2nd, 2020. I'm sure she saw most of these broadcasts. So now she's an administrator, got this administrative position. So clap it up for Mrs. Yolanda McKinney. She's on the thread. Just tell her congratulations, clap it up for her. And those others on the thread who also have attained these positions, congratulations to you. I don't see the thread in this moment. I will in a little while, because I didn't print out my notes because I didn't create them until now, so I can't print when I'm on the road. So I literally have my notes on the screen, blocking my face, blocking the screen. So I don't see them right now, but I will. All right. So next, welcome to all the first timers. I've been inviting everywhere I go. I speak some city somewhere literally every day of the month throughout June, July, and August. I think I've had like one day off since last April. Right, I speak every place. So while I'm on the road or doing it virtually, I'm inviting people. I'm like you got to come to the Saturday Academy, man. We talk, we go a full hour and just sharing information to empower my colleagues in leadership, but I don't confine it to leadership, the classroom teacher, right? All the way to the commissioner of education, who obviously is a leader, but it's for everybody. So all the newbies, welcome. You can watch all the previous episodes or sessions is a better word, because this is not a show, right? So previous sessions at my YouTube channel, Virtual AP Leadership Academy. They are all there, sitting there, waiting for you to dive in. Thanks to all of you. I say it every week. This book is blazing. So thank you to all of you who have purchased a copy of the Equity and Social Justice Education 50. If you don't have it, get it today. Matter of fact, get it right now. Just go on your device, order it from Amazon, order it from barnesandnoble.com, order it from ascd.org, or go to principalkafele.com, and it'll link you to Amazon or ASCD. So those of you that have it, thank you, and thank you. And those of you that don't have it, thank you in advance, because I know you're going to get it. Consistent with that, I wrote a blog yesterday, man. I was sitting in my daughter's apartment and wrote this blog post. I don't remember the exact wording of the title, but it's something like, Principal Kafele, please don't teach on CRT, right? Or please refrain from referencing CRT in your presentation. That's what it is. Principal Kafele, please, and this is in quotes, Principal Kafele, please refrain from referencing CRT in your presentation. Now, you'll have to read the blog post to understand what that means, right? So just go to principalkafelewrites.com, and it's sitting right there, or go to my Facebook page or Twitter page, is right there near the top, or go to my website, principalkafele.com, and click the blog link, and you'll see it right there. Take a read and leave me a comment while you're at it. Let's go for the new, for those schools that are opening up this week. Let's go. You got a big one coming, but I'll write more about that when I post tomorrow morning, right? Make sure you check out Sean Hurd at 10 o'clock every Saturday morning Eastern time. Make sure you check out Create and Educate, led by Dr. Sheikah Houston and Tammy Taylor, every Saturday morning at 10:30 Eastern. And make sure you check out Unlock the Middle every Sunday night at 7 o'clock Eastern time with our guest, Josh Tovar, and others on the call. And that takes me to my guest. Hit that share button, hit that retweet button, man. We got a big one. We got something a little bit different we're going to do today, and which was my motivation for inviting this particular guest. Before I bring him up, let me read a little bit of his bio. He sent me a lot of stuff here. I'm going to read a little bit of it. I'm right on the screen, so I don't see your comments just yet, but I will as soon as I finish this. But I'm cutting right in. He said, as a public educator, he had been named a member of 13 schools at elementary, middle, and high school level, all the way to teaching master level courses at the university. He's a master's. He has a master's in school counseling administration from Sewell Ross State University. He also has a master's in history from UTEP, and he finished his superintendent coursework at Sewell Ross. He was a middle school and high school teacher for 8 years, assistant principal for 13 years. That's key. Worked in matter of fact, I want to read that again. He was a middle school and high school teacher for 8 years, assistant principal for 13, and worked in operations 2 years. And now he's in his 6th year as principal at Memorial Pathway Academy in Garland ISD, Garland Independent School District in Texas. He was honored by his colleagues at Parkland Middle School by being selected as a teacher of the year and made it to the top 10 in the district. And as an AP, he began to use social media to promote his students and positive things they did at school. He was entrusted to head the medical magnet at Bel Air High School, where he worked with his colleagues in the use of social media to increase the recruitment of 30%, increase recruitment by 30%. The 2 years he was the administrator in charge. While principal Socorro High School, he used social media to help support his colleagues in the classroom and his students. And let me go to this. Let me read this one more line. And as principal Socorro High School, the Familiar, and the use of social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, Snapchat, allowed for schools' report card increase from a D to a B in 3 years in earning state distinctions, which included the graduation rate increased by 8%, and it could be seen that the campus familiar culture had increased as reflected by the last climate survey, where 80 of 88 items increased to include 100% of items by students and parents. Right. So there's a matter of fact, I'm at the last line. Let me read it. Josh understands the power of social media and how customers are deeply connected to these platforms. He understands that we need to meet our students where they are and connect with them. As Ryan Scott says, connections before content. Man, that's significant. And I'm glad I read that. And let me bring up my guest today, my man, my friend, my buddy, Dr. Well, not doctor yet. I'm sure he's working on it, but Principal Josh Tovar. This is my guy. He, you guys hear me reference him on the call all the time because he's always here. He's always chatting away, and now here he is as a guest. So let me just get my notes organized. When I'm not on the road like the way I want to be, I don't have them in front of me the way I want to have them. I got them here. So Josh, welcome to the virtual AP Leadership Academy. I'm glad you're here. I want you to do this for me before I talk about the topic. Tell the folks, who is Principal Josh Tovar?
Josh Tovar, and before I get started, I want to say how we start the morning announcements every day. Buenos dias, magandang umaga, bonjour, ni hao, jabuse. Buenos dias to everybody from Garland ISD, Saxe, Texas. And who is Josh Tovar? Josh Tovar is the proud son of Virginia and Jesus Tovar, who immigrated from Ciudad Juarez, Mexico, here to the United States. And when we immigrated here in the 1970s, we were able to take advantage of what this country provided us. And you know what? I had some kind of trouble in the high school. I was that kid. At the high school level, I'm the one that ditched. I'm the one that made wrong decisions. I'm not proud of it, and I tell this to all the staffs. But understand that my angle is that troubled kid that went through divorce. So not only am I a recent immigrant to this country, not only am I having language issues, but I'm also a product of divorce. That creates, that what you always talk about, Heffy, is that the equity. And so not all the kids are equitable. You can't be even with everybody because we bring in our own baggage to the classroom. And so from that moment on, the only thing that straightened me out was being able to serve my country, and I joined the Marines. And from there, I had a focus, a structure, thanks to the words from my mom and also from the Marines. So Josh is a proud educator that likes to give back to his community because you know what? I am the present. And I always tell all my hijos, I'm the present. You're the future of this country. And the way that we build you is the most crucial thing, because as we pass the baton, the next generation will be prepared. And what is my why? My why is this, and I always tell this to everybody. I am, in Texas, a fan of the Washington team. I don't know what they're called anymore.
Right.
But all the Washington teams, I am a fan of, all right? Stop it, Texas. I know what you're saying. And there's a player in the 80s. His name was Dexter Manley. Dexter Manley was a beast defensive end. He was just an animal ripping in there. You said Dexter Manley, you feared. Did you know that Dexter Manley was a rich man? Did you know Dexter Manley was a functioning illiterate? They passed him on because he was a football player. You know what that led to him? Not being prepared for the real world. Yeah. He became a drug addict. He ended up in jail. No more orange jumpsuits. No more. No más. And we can't start that pipeline in third grade, because you know what the good thing about it, Heffy, is that the Lord blessed me to be in elementary, middle school, high school level, at the university level. And I started seeing the disconnect since the elementary level. When the kid doesn't go to PE, he's late. The PE coach puts him against the wall. The kid misbehaved in the class because the teacher had enough with him in 8 hours, and he's not allowed to lead the kids to the lunchroom. And they take that away because everyone else could do it. No rug time. You can't be the rug leader because you misbehaved. So all that starts seeping into the conscience of the child. And then they start being defiant. The change in behavior, elementary teachers, talk to me. Yes or no, you start seeing a change in third grade, fourth grade in behavior. So what are we doing systemically to provide a positive culture for our kids, especially the ones that we're stuck with 8 hours a day at the elementary level.
Yeah. Man, that, and just think, I got like 12 questions to ask you. So we'll see if we could get good stuff. I got to tell you guys something before we get started. You'll notice that Josh is calling me Heffy, right? Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Heffy,
right.
You got it.
No. I for those of you that don't know, he's been calling me that for a long time. Been knowing Josh for a long time, and it means chief, right? Am I correct? So I shared for the first time this true story. My wife is on here; she could bear witness. About 2 weeks ago, I told my son Baruti, my oldest son, he's 31. I told him that Josh calls me Heffy, and he looked at me, and he said, "Really?" I said, "Yeah. Why are you responding like that?" He said, "That's big time." He said, "He's calling you Heffy, chief?" He said, "Look, that means that man respects you." I didn't realize the magnitude of it until my 31-year-old son said, "That's big time that he's calling you that. That means he respects you." Right? Because he wouldn't call you that if he didn't respect you. So I just wanted to let you in on that, because I know that, Josh doesn't say like Principal Kafele and Baruti and all that. It's Heffy, right? So I just want you to realize what you're hearing, those of you that wouldn't know the language. So Josh, tell us, what made you want to be, and let me get the topic for everybody, because people are coming in. Social media, school branding, school culture. That's what I want to talk about, or how social media can shape the brand of the school. So y'all get your pens out, your pads out, your device, your phone, your whatever, because I got the master on here today. I got the master of social media school branding on the call. There's no one else I would need to call outside of this man that you see on the screen, right? So get your notes out, because we're gonna hit this thing, man. So Josh, talk to us. What made you want to be a principal? I know why you wanted to be an educator, but principal's a different ball of wax. Why did you want to be a principal?
I never thought about it, Heffy. I never thought about being an administrator. But then I moved from one campus, Valley View Middle School, to Parkland Middle School in El Paso, Texas. And when I arrived there, there was a transition. The person that hired me left, and there was a new administrator there. And she was a strong woman, Ms. Millie Williams. I love her. She made me who I am right now. Ms. Millie Williams is a proud, strong African-American woman. And she ran that school with tough love. And one day she saw me. I would always come dressed in suits as a teacher, always in suits, 5 days a week. She would see me. I would coach all this. If you're a middle school person, holler at me. If you're a coach, you know that you coach everything, right? Girls volleyball, hopscotch, I don't know, you coach everything. And she would see me put in the time there at school, not only coach academics, but athletics. So she went to Sul Ross State University in Alpine, Texas. And she said, "Come here, coach. What are your plans in life?" I go, "Well, I think I'm showing you what I got." And she said, "No, you need to be an administrator." So I'm like, who's this lady? I don't know what she's talking about. You didn't hire me. I'm getting to know you. And she had a strong, loving personality. And then she brought me a catalog from Sul Ross. And she said, "Coach, take this in your hand right now." I go, "What do you mean?" "I need you to enroll in school." "What?" "I need you to enroll in school." Okay. So I'm thinking none the wiser, like, ¿qué está pensando? What is she thinking? And then she said, "Did you enroll already, coach?" And I said, "No, not yet. I haven't enrolled." "Are you sure, coach?" "No, I don't want to enroll." So she goes, "I'm going to bring you another catalog, and I expect you to enroll." Guess what? That summer, I enrolled at Sul Ross State. I didn't do any of the paperwork. I showed up. I drove 3.5 miles to Alpine, Texas. I showed up. Where do I pay? I want to take classes. And there we go. She saw something in me. She saw that I had the potential. Just like my mom had the potential, saw the potential in me to teach history. Because as a little kid, I always read the biographies of conquistadores. So she kept pushing me, and she made me who I am. I owe 100% of sitting in my chair to Millie Williams, because she kept pushing me and pushing me. Not only that, but she altered the master schedule and she created a whole position in charge of SAC. I'm the disciplinarian on the campus. and I was in charge of the in-school suspension. She goes, Coach, you need to talk to these kids and work on your masters. I'm like, sure, hey, why not? Sure enough, she did everything for me to become the principal. And I always took her lead on everything that she did.
Wow. Now that's powerful. And you know, we all need somebody in our lives that push us to become whatever it is that we're going to evolve into, that we don't always see in ourselves, right? So that, what a blessing you had that person there. Now I just wrote in the chat because people are asking me, they're saying, what is the presenter's name? Because see Josh has his the school on there. So is Principal Josh Tovar, Tovar, and I just wrote it as well. But yeah, Principal Josh Tovar. So he's on Facebook at Josh Tovar. He's on Twitter at what you see on the screen, right? But that's him. So Josh Tovar, and you're gonna want to stay connected to him because we're getting ready to jump into this social media. But before I do, because I know who's in the audience, I just got a couple more preliminaries, and then we're gonna hit it. In fact, one of them I can eliminate because of what you just said. I got this question that I haven't been asking the guest, and I could kick myself for not doing so, but now you're gonna be the first one. And this is kind of a putting you on the spot type of question, and this comes from a book that you would know. The question is your school, Josh, a better school because you lead it?
I believe that the data speaks for itself of what you presented during the bio that you read. I've always remembered what you said, Heffy, is am I leaving the place a better place after I've gone? And based on what you've observed right now, from the last campus, and it's 2,500 kids, it fluctuates to 2,450 from a little city daily, that the teamwork from our colleagues, our faculty and staff bonded with our Bulldogs. They worked in conjunction to change the culture. They just needed to see it. When you walk into a campus that's a D-, I knew what I was walking into. I knew it. You know, it's not, when you walk into a D campus, you know you're going to put in some time.
Yeah.
And so when I walked into that campus, I need to see, let's see what's going on. Nothing changed. I just needed to see what's going on and started to promote the positivity. In 3 years, the staff members, because remember, a principal cannot do it alone. An admin team cannot do it alone. It takes the familia to pick up that whole school. It takes teamwork, not only the adults, but the kids to believe, the custodians, the reception clerks, the attendance clerks, the cafeteria, they all need to speak the same language of positivity. And so in 3 years, you should have seen the climate survey before I got there. Oh my God, Jesus Christ, some of the comments that were made by the adults at the campus, by the parents. And the mark is that out of 88 questions, 80 went up. And I feel that based on the comments that I have at the current campus that I'm in, based at the results of the previous one, and based at the medical magnet that I was at Bel Air, the comments that I hear, yes, I feel that I've supported the team to see all the positivity that's available when we work as one team.
I love it. Leadership. And you know, again, that question, every guest I have on here from this point on, I'm going to ask that question. It's the title from a book I wrote, Is My School a Better School Because I Lead It? But I want you all in the audience, I want you to think about that question all the time. Even those of you who are at the AP position, think about your capacity. Those of you who are aspiring, think about where you want to be. Is my school, are my students, are my staff better because I lead them? Let's jump into some social media. You know, when I think about social media, I remember when for me it had a negative connotation. I stayed away from it like the plague. But teenagers were the ones that stayed in my ear, convincing me, no, you got to be on social media. It's all about social media. So MySpace first, which I was like, no way. And then here comes Twitter and Facebook. And I know as a presenter, let me just remove it from the principalship for a second. As a presenter, I'm not where I am in terms of my own professional growth without my usage of social media. I have no problem admitting that into the public. Social media is my foundation. And without it, and not having network media, because I don't have that kind of access, nor do I want it, I'm not I'm not at the level that I am as a presenter. So social media is key. So for me, so with that, relative to you, anyone that knows you is fully aware that social media plays a huge role in your leadership. I mean, anyone that knows your work. So you even took your social media from El Paso to the Dallas area where you are now. So you went all the way across the state and brought that social media with you. Why do you place such emphasis, Josh, on the usage of social media?
Well, there's this wise man that I like a lot. He says, you got to listen to the kids' music. You got to meet them where they're at. And this wise man tells me, and mind you, it's not Sir Giovanni, but this wise man says to always connect with the kids. And I started seeing the transitioning of how it is to show the kids the positive aspects of their daily lives. This began even before social media for me, because there was a group of kids that I had, my 08ers from Isleta High School. And I was their assistant principal from their freshman year to their senior year. So for 4 years, I carried them. I knew everything about them. After the second year, you know everything. You can't use that one. You used that last year. Stop it. Yeah. So that cohort of kids right there, now young adults, all of them graduated. All of them, except for the ones that didn't pass the state exam. Back then, the law was you don't pass the state exam, you can't walk. But everyone that had earned their credits and passed the state exam, they graduated. And from there, everything that I was at, I would take pictures. The old little camera, take pictures. And I would create movies for them. And then they loved what I created from them. And then when I had social media, at that moment, I saw the positive, as seen as the growth 30% at Bel Air High School, because I would promote what it is to be a dental assistant, what it is to be an LVN nurse, what it is to be an EMT, because they're the future of this country. And all the opportunities that district provided for the kids, they needed to take advantage of it. That also led now going on into Socorro High School. The constant use of social media is to change the paradigm of what people think of a school. I will not allow someone else to write a narrative for the place where I'm working at. I will not allow somebody else to determine what the culture is there. And you know what? There's always going to be noise. Ask anybody I've worked with. I always talk about the noise. There's always noise within the bloodstream of the campus. There's always noise in the community. That's fine. I can't control that. I just could control what the image is of that campus. And I will control it using Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and now TikTok. So I put the majority of the content across all platforms, because just remember, Facebook is for you and I, us old people. If you're old, you had an 8-track. If you had a Walkman, you're old. You use Facebook. If you want to communicate with the millennials, Instagram. If you want content in regards to educational platforms, PLNs, Twitters. Now, TikTok is for the modern day kid. I have no idea. And that Snapchat, I've tried it. I have no idea how to control that one. I hardly put anything on Snapchat because I don't get it. But to me, it doesn't matter where you're at. You have to meet our hijos where they're at. And you need to make sure that you connect with them. And you need to make sure that they see it, because they live on social media. If you're not where they're at, you're not connecting with them. And remember, kids don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And if they see you promoting other successes, they're going to want to work for you. They'll walk on fire for you. Ask that to any great teacher. I ask all of you out there, do you remember the teacher that you loved? High school, middle school, elementary? Would you not walk on fire for them? Because they promoted you. They promoted the positive things were happening in your classroom. It's crucial that they feel that touch. And as a principal, I ask you this other thing. If you're a principal and assistant principal, do your kids know you? Do they